Welcome back to the channel. Today I got the iPhone 16 Pro Max and we're gonna just do a quick comparison in terms of how it looks, how it feels, and maybe a quick spec overview of the 16 Pro Max Desert Titanium versus the 15 Pro Max in Natural Titanium. Stick around, let's check it out. Okay, let's dive right into this. Oh look, you can see my reflection right there. So on my right here, I have the new Desert Titanium, and on my left is the 15 Pro Max in Natural Titanium. We'll just put that to the side for a sec with the brand new box. Now this 16 Pro Max, I couldn't wait to unbox it on video. So for the 16 Pro Max, I did a little unboxing video earlier separately. I just don't know if I'll use it. You'll find out here shortly if I will, but let's just get right into it. Now, when I pick up the 16 Pro Max and hold it with the 15 Pro Max, they both feel the same. I know the 16 Pro Max is supposed to be a tad bit heavier, but I don't notice it at all. Let's see if I switch hands. No, they feel the same. They feel the same. I did notice that the 16 Pro Max is just a tad taller. Let's get that even there. Tad taller, but that's it. No big deal. It's still very comfortable in my hand. I have, I would say, maybe normal to maybe a little bit larger size hands, and I can still get around comfortably on this. But the question that I was wondering before I got it is, will I notice the bigger screen? And I do actually notice the screen to be just a tad bigger. Of course, the phone is just a tad bigger as well, but also Apple squeezed or slimmed down the bezels as well. So when I look at the bezels, do I notice them being slimmer? Not really, barely, maybe. I don't know if it's just my eyes playing a trick on me or not, but maybe a tiny bit, hardly if anything. But let's get into the specs, or the dimensions, I should say. So with the Pro Max, the width is going to be 3.06 inches, the height is 6.42 inches, and the weight is 7.99 ounces, and that's in the Imperial system for those in the United States. But now here's a feature I was actually looking forward to, really looking forward to using this at night with the new peak low brightness. I don't know if that's what the feature would be called or the spec would be called. That's what I call it. And what I mean by that is that the screen gets a lot less bright. If I'm, let's say, in bed, or I'm putting my 2-year-old to sleep and I want to be on my phone, it's not going to illuminate the whole room. It gets dimmer. And so while a lot of people, or the companies, they hype how bright they get and peak brightness, I'm actually interested in how dim they could get. So the 16 Pro Max is supposed to get a lot dimmer than all the other phones before it, including the 15 Pro Max. So next, the screen size on the Pro Max. The 15 Pro Max was 6.7 inches diagonally across. Can't talk today. Diagonally across, when the 16 Pro Max is 6.9 inches. And some other tidbits and specs that I think was important was Wi-Fi 7 is now included on the 16 Pro Max. So if you have Wi-Fi 7 at home, I'm going to be implementing it in my Ubiquity system or Unify system. So that's important to me. Also, that the 16 Pro Max can do 4K at 120 frames per second, where the 15 Pro Max can only go up to 60 frames per second. So for those who are pretty new to cameras and how they work and taking videos, why does that matter? What is frames per second? Well, just a real quick recap is that the higher frame rate you go, the more buttery smooth slow motion video you could get. So if you're doing some sports or something that's high action, quick, and you want to slow that motion down and have it look really buttery smooth, that's where the high frame rates come into play. So the norm has been 60 frames per second. So now that this 16 Pro and Pro Max can do 120 frames per second, because it's double that frame rate from 60 to 120, it's going to get it even slower. Now it can do even 240 frames per second, so you can get it even slower, buttery smooth, just not at 4K. It's going to be at 1080p. So something else regarding the cameras is that now the 15 Pros get 5 times zoom, 5 times telephoto, whereas 3 times last year. And something else that's exclusive to the Pro line, including the Pro Max, is that it gets a new modem for improved connectivity. So that's something I'm looking forward to seeing. When they say improved connectivity, I'm not sure if that means it's faster speed, perhaps it does, or if that's even better reception. So, or perhaps both. I just saw that it's improved connectivity, so I'm looking forward to testing that out. Oh, one last thing about the camera is that it gets a brand new ultra-wide camera. Last year is 12 megapixels. This year it's 48 megapixels, which is 4 times the resolution. So I'm really looking forward to getting more high-resolution photos with that ultra-wide camera. Now, enough about the camera. Something else that's really important why I chose to go with the Pro Max, battery life. With the battery life, this year they bumped up the battery life in terms of video playback 4 hours, 4 extra hours. So last year, the 15 Pro Max, this got 29 hours on video playback. And now the 16 Pro Max gets 33 hours of video playback. So that's huge. In my opinion, that's the main reason I would say I got the new iPhone and I upgraded. Now, do I notice a huge difference between the two? The answer is no. I do really like this Desert Titanium. The Desert Titanium, I was worried it was going to be too rose gold. And when I first opened it for a second, it looked like it was too rose gold for me. And I was like, oh man. But now, just under this light, at least, it looks white with just a little bit of sandy color put into it. I think it looks really nice. And then if we go to the sides here, you'll see this gloss on the sides. It's a little darker. This is more of a dark brown. And something I was wondering is whether it's a fingerprint magnet. And the answer is yes. Unfortunately, it is a fingerprint magnet. So I could see all my fingerprints getting on there right now. But I'm going to have this, I think I'm going to have it in a case. Every year I have it in a case and I wonder, well, will I use it naked? And while it does feel so much better naked, I just don't want to ruin it if I drop it. And, I have kids. And so I probably will put it in a case. I already did get a case for it. I don't have it right here in front of me, but if I get a case, the case I always get has a stand so I could prop it up and watch say YouTube or a show or something. And it also has MagSafe capability. So the stand I get, I always like. I'll throw it in the link below, in the description below. I'll throw a link and you can check it out. But yeah, this is my unboxing, my just quick overview of the 16 Pro Max. Didn't want to do a deep dive because there's plenty of those on YouTube already comparing the camera. So this is just like a high level overview. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot some comments down below. And thanks for watching.